had 40 seconds to decide who dies tonight. 40 seconds between the balcony table and the kitchen. 40 seconds to carry champagne flutes and lies on a silver tray. 40 seconds to choose between a stranger's life and my brother's. The sky lantern sat on the 47th floor. Glass walls, city lights bleeding into the night like open wounds. Rich people came here to feel untouchable. Tonight, someone was about to prove them wrong. I balanced the tray. My hands didn't shake. 3 years waiting tables teaches you that. You smile, you nod, you become invisible. That's the job. Be the ghost who refills water. Be the shadow who clears plates. Don't ask questions. Don't make eye contact too long. Don't matter. My phone buzzed in my apron. Tunde. Got the security job. Night shift at the warehouse. Good money, sis. My stomach dropped. Tunde didn't know what kind of warehouse. Didn't know what kind of money. Didn't know our father died the same way, taking a job that paid too well and asked too few questions. I was 17 when they found Dad's body. Mom was still walking then, still believed the world had rules. Now she's on a machine 3 times a week, dialysis. The kind that costs more than I make in 6 months. The kind that makes you take jobs you shouldn't. That makes your little brother text you about warehouses at midnight like it's good news. I deleted the text. 30 seconds left. The man at table 7 didn't look like a monster. Expensive suit, sharp jaw, eyes that tracked everything but revealed nothing. Korean features, but something else underneath. Something colder than the wine he wasn't drinking. Park Joon-ho. I'd heard the kitchen staff whisper it. Heard them go quiet when he walked in. Heard the manager stutter through the reservation list. His fiancée sat across from him. Alessia. White dress. Diamond choker tight against her throat. Smile like a knife pretending to be jewelry. She touched his hand. He didn't pull away. 20 seconds. I was supposed to deliver their desserts. Chocolate soufflés with sparklers. The kind of thing people film for Instagram before it goes cold and gets thrown away. But I'd heard her in the cold room. 10 minutes ago, I was grabbing cream for table 12. She was on her phone, back turned, thinking she was alone. Seat 7, when the sparklers light. 2 shooters on the balcony access. He'll be looking at the cake. Clean shot. She spoke in Italian. Smooth, casual, like she was ordering coffee. Didn't know I understood. Didn't know my mother made me learn 3 languages before the hospital bills ate our lives. Before nursing school became a dream I couldn't afford. The brother opened the back door already. Stupid kid. He doesn't even know what he did. My blood turned to ice. The brother. Tunde. 15 seconds. I could walk away. Pretend I heard nothing. Let the bullet find him. Let the monster die. Let Tunde stay safe in his ignorance. Or I could warn him. Tell the truth. Watch my brother's name get pulled into a war that eats people whole and spits out bodies the news doesn't name. There was a third option. The worst one. The lie. 10 seconds. I grabbed a receipt from my apron, clicked my pen. My hand moved. Your fiancé sold you out. They're in position. I folded it, tucked it under the champagne flute on the tray. 5 seconds. I walked to table 7, smiled the smile I've practiced 1,000 times, the one that says, I'm no one. I don't matter. I'm not even here. Your desserts, sir. He didn't look up, just reached for the glass. His fingers brushed the note. He went still, unfolded it, read it once, then again. His face didn't change, but his eyes did. They flicked to Alessia, then to the balcony, then to me. For half a second I thought he saw through it, saw the lie, saw me. I turned, walked toward the kitchen. My heart was trying to break through my ribs. My legs felt like water. Behind me, I heard him say something in Korean, low, controlled, the kind of voice that doesn't need to be loud. Then I heard Alessia laugh, light, careless. Cheers, darling. The sparklers lit. The lights went out. The first shot shattered the window. The world moved in pieces. Glass, screaming. The sparklers still burning on the table like nothing happened. I hit the floor. The second shot came before I could breathe. It punched through the air where his head had been. Would have been, should have been. But he wasn't there anymore. I'd shoved his chair. I don't know why. Instinct? Stupidity? 3 years of watching people almost choke, almost fall, almost burn themselves on dessert flames. My body moved before my brain caught up. His chair tipped. He rolled left. The bullet took out the wine bottle behind him instead. Red wine and blood looked the same in dim light. Chaos broke loose. His men moved like they'd rehearsed this. Maybe they had. Guns appeared from jackets, from under tables, from places I didn't know you could hide guns. The couple at table 4 weren't a couple. They were security. The waiter near the bar wasn't a waiter. Everyone had a second face tonight. I tried to crawl toward the kitchen. My hand slipped on something wet. Champagne or blood. I didn't look. Something grabbed my ankle. I kicked. Hard. Stop! His voice. I twisted. Looked back. Park Joon-ho had my ankle in one hand. His other hand held a gun. He dragged me toward him. Not rough. Controlled. Like I was a piece on a board he was moving into position. Under the table. Now. I didn't argue. He pulled me under with him. The tablecloth hung down like a curtain, sparklers still hissing above us. Gunfire cracked the air. Someone screamed. Furniture shattered. I couldn't breathe. He shifted. Put his body between me and the open side of the table. Not behind me, in front, using himself as the shield. Stay down, Layla. My heart stopped. I never told him my name. His shoulder pressed against mine. I could feel his heartbeat. Steady. Too steady. Mine was trying to break out of my chest. How do you... Quiet. Another shot. Closer. The table legs splintered above us. He fired back. 3 shots. Precise. I heard a body hit the floor. My ears were ringing. My hands were shaking now. All that training, all that control, gone. He glanced at me. His face was inches from mine. You pushed my chair. You saved my life. I didn't know what to say. He looked back toward the fight. His jaw was tight. Blood on his collar. Not his. Or you just wanted to see if your note was true. My stomach dropped. He knew. The fight was ending. His men were winning. I heard someone shouting in Korean, heard boots on the balcony. They're running! Someone yelled. Joon-ho didn't move yet, didn't lower the gun. He waited, counted, then finally shifted. Stay here. He slid out from under the table. I stayed. My legs wouldn't move anyway. I heard voices, commands, someone checking bodies. Then I heard her. Alessia. You're paranoid, Joon-ho. This is exactly why we can't have normal things. Her voice was sharp, angry, not scared. I crawled to the edge of the tablecloth, peeked out. She was standing in the middle of the wreckage, white dress still perfect, not a hair out of place. She looked annoyed, not shocked, not terrified. Annoyed. Joon-ho stood across from her, gun still in his hand, pointed down but ready. 2 shooters on the balcony access, he said, just like the note said. What note? He pulled it from his pocket, unfolded it, held it up. Her eyes flicked to it, then to him. For half a second, something crossed her face. Fear. Then it was gone. She laughed. You think I'd be stupid enough to sit here if I wanted you dead? I think you're smart enough to sit here because no one would suspect it. The air between them could have cut glass. His men were watching, waiting. She tilted her head. Who wrote that? He didn't answer. Instead, he turned, looked straight at me. Still under the table, still frozen. Come out, Layla. I didn't move. Now. I crawled out, stood. My knees almost gave out. Every eye in the room turned to me. Alessia's gaze was a blade. Joon-ho's was worse. It was a question I didn't want to answer. He stepped closer, handed me the note. Did you write this? My mouth was dry. Yes. Why? I looked at Alessia. She was smiling now, the kind of smile that promised pain. I heard her, I said. In the cold room, on the phone, she said seat 7. She said sparklers. She said 2 shooters. Alessia's smile didn't move. You speak Italian? Yes. Funny. Your file says you dropped out of nursing school. Didn't mention languages. My file. She had a file on me. Junho's expression didn't change, but his hand moved, just slightly, toward his gun. She's lying, Alessia said, obviously. Look at her, she's terrified. Someone paid her to write that note. No one paid me. Then you're just stupid. Junho raised a hand. Silence dropped like a hammer. He looked at me, then at her, then at the crumpled note. Office, he said. Now. I didn't know who he was talking to. Then he looked at me. You, not her. Alessia's smile finally cracked. He turned, walked toward the back hallway. I followed. I didn't have a choice. Behind me, I heard Alessia say something in Italian. I understood it. It wasn't a threat. It was a promise. The office was smaller than I expected. No windows, just walls, a desk, a chair, a camera in the corner with a red light blinking. He locked the door behind us. I stood in the center of the room. Didn't sit. Didn't move. He walked past me, leaned against the desk, arms crossed. Why did you write the note? I told you, I heard her. You heard her plan to kill me, so you warned me. Why? I didn't answer. You don't know me. You owe me nothing. You could have walked away, let it happen, gone home, but you didn't. He tilted his head. So I'll ask again. Why? My throat was tight. She mentioned a brother, said he opened a back door, said he didn't know what he did. His eyes narrowed. Your brother? Yes. Tunda. I froze. He pushed off the desk, walked closer. 22. Works 3 jobs. Just texted you about a warehouse gig tonight. Good money, night shift. My blood turned cold. How do you... I know everything that happens in my city, Layla. Every door, every deal, every stupid kid who takes a job he shouldn't. He stopped in front of me. Your brother opened a service door at a depot 2 weeks ago. Let someone move crates. Thought it was electronics. It wasn't. I couldn't breathe. He's in my world now, whether he knows it or not. He didn't know. Doesn't matter. He's not part of this. He is now. I wanted to scream, to hit him, to run, but I couldn't, because he was right. He stepped back, pulled out his phone, tapped the screen, turned it toward me. It was a live feed, a hospital room, my mother. She was asleep, tubes in her arm, machine beeping beside her. Seoul National Hospital, room 304, dialysis 3 times a week, costs covered under a charitable fund. He swiped. Another screen. The fund is mine. My legs almost gave out. I've been paying for your mother's treatment for 6 months. Why? Because you're useful. I'm a waitress. You speak 4 languages. You notice things. You're smart enough to lie and desperate enough to do it. He pocketed the phone. I've been watching you, Layla, waiting to see if you'd be worth the investment. Investment? Yes. My hands were shaking. Tonight, you wrote a lie. You blame my fiancé to protect your brother. That lie just cost me a controlled operation. What operation? I knew there was a leak. Tonight was bait. I was supposed to see who moved, who flinched, who gave the order. He leaned against the desk again. Your note changed the game, made Alessia the target instead of the traitor. Now I don't know who's really pulling strings. So kill me. Fix it. I could. He looked at me. But you're more useful alive. I'm not working for you. You already are. He pulled up another image on his phone. The warehouse. The one Tunde texted about. This is where your brother is right now, 3rd shift. Watching crates he thinks are legal. He zoomed in. They're not. I saw the logo on the side. Saw the markings. If I make a call, he walks out tonight. Clean. No record. No debt. He looked at me. Or I don't make the call, and he's in a cell by morning, or worse. My chest was tight. What do you want? You wrote this lie. Now you come with me and help fix what you broke. I don't know anything about your world. You'll learn. I have a job, a life. Not anymore. He walked to the door, unlocked it. You have 10 seconds to decide. Stay here and your brother pays for your lie, or come with me and I'll keep him safe. That's not a choice. No, it's not. He opened the door. Elevators at the end of the hall. We leave now. I looked back at the office, at the camera, at the walls, at the life I was about to leave behind. Then I followed him. The elevator doors closed. I watched the numbers drop. 47 floors, and every single one took me further from the person I used to be. The car was black, tinted windows, leather seats that cost more than my rent. I sat in the back. He sat beside me. Neither of us spoke. The city blurred past. Lights, noise, people living normal lives. I wasn't one of them anymore. We pulled into an underground garage, private, guarded. He got out. I followed. The elevator was glass. It climbed. I watched the city fall away beneath us. We stopped on the top floor. The doors opened. His penthouse was bigger than my entire apartment building. Floor-to-ceiling windows. View of Seoul like a postcard. Furniture that looked like it belonged in a museum. I stood in the entryway. Didn't move. He walked past me. Took off his jacket. Tossed it on a chair. You'll stay in the guest room. Second door on the left. I didn't agree to stay. You got in the car. You didn't give me a choice. I gave you the only choice that mattered. He poured himself a drink. Whiskey. Didn't offer me one. Your phone. What? Give me your phone. No. He held out his hand. I didn't move. He walked over, took it from my pocket himself. I tried to grab it back. He held it out of reach, unlocked it. How did you... Your birthday, people always use their birthday. He scrolled through it, deleted something, then handed it back. Tracking app, you're welcome. I wanted to throw it at him. Sit. I'm fine standing. You're bleeding. I looked down. My arm, a cut from the glass. I hadn't even felt it. I'm fine. Sit. His voice didn't rise, didn't need to. I sat. He disappeared into another room, came back with a first aid kit, set it on the table, opened it. I can do it myself. You're a nursing school dropout, I'm sure you can. He pulled out antiseptic, gauze. But you're shaking. I looked at my hands. He was right. He sat beside me, took my arm. His hands were steady, careful. He cleaned the cut. I didn't flinch. You should have let me die, he said. Maybe. Why didn't you? I don't know. He wrapped the gauze, tied it off. You're a terrible liar. You said I was useful because I could lie. You can lie to everyone else, not to me. He stood, packed up the kit. You saved me because you're not like the people in my world. You still think lives matter. They do. Not here. He walked to the window, looked out at the city. You wrote that note to protect your brother. I respect that. Family is the only thing that matters. Then let me go. Let us both go. I can't. Why? He turned. Because you're the most dangerous person in this room. I'm a waitress. You're a waitress who speaks 4 languages, notices everything, and lies well enough to start a war. He stepped closer. Alessia is the execution arm, but she's not the source. Someone else is feeding her information, someone inside my organization. And you think I can find them? I think you already started. He pulled out the note again, the one I wrote. This lie bought me time, made Alessia scramble, made the real traitor pause. He handed it to me. Now you're going to help me finish what you started. I don't know how. You'll learn. You'll sit in my meetings, listen, translate, watch body language, tell me who's lying. And if I say no, you won't. You're that sure? Yes. Why? He looked at me. Because your mother's machine runs on a timer, and your brother's safety has an expiration date. My chest tightened. You're a monster. Yes. He didn't deny it. Didn't apologize. But I'm the monster keeping you alive. He walked toward the hallway. Guest room, second door. Clothes in the closet, bathroom stocked. You start tomorrow. Start what? He stopped. Looked back. Learning my world, my enemies, my rules. He disappeared into the shadows. I stood there, alone, in a penthouse that felt like a cage. I walked to the window, looked out at Seoul. Somewhere down there, my mother was asleep. My brother was working, and I was here. In a world I didn't understand, with a man I couldn't read. I pressed my hand against the glass. It was cold. From tonight, this is your world. His enemies, his protection, his rules. I closed my eyes and wondered if I'd ever see the sun again. I didn't sleep that first night. Couldn't. The bed was too soft. The room was too quiet. My brain wouldn't stop. At 6 a.m., he knocked on my door. Up, we start now. No good morning, no coffee, just orders. I followed him to a room I hadn't seen, screens on every wall, maps, photos, faces I didn't recognize. Sit. I sat. He handed me a tablet. Shipping manifests, Korean, Mandarin, Italian, Russian. Read them. Tell me what doesn't match. I don't know what I'm looking for. Then learn. He left. I stared at the screen. Numbers, codes, addresses. It looked like gibberish. I started reading anyway. By noon, my eyes burned. By evening, I found the first inconsistency. A crate listed as electronics. Weight didn't match. Destination didn't match. I showed him. He nodded. Good, keep going. That was it. No praise, no explanation. Just keep going. The days blurred together. Mornings, documents, translations, patterns, afternoons, meetings. He'd bring me into rooms full of men in expensive suits, men who looked at me like I was furniture. I'd stand in the corner, silent, listening. They spoke in 3 languages, switched mid-sentence to test who was paying attention. I caught every word. At night, he'd debrief me. The man in the gray suit, what did he say in Russian? He said the shipment was delayed, but in Korean, he said it arrived on time. Good. What does that mean? He's lying to someone. Who? I don't know yet. Find out. He pushed me. Constantly. Taught me how to read a room, how to spot a tell, how to know when someone's about to run. One night, he took me to a shooting range, underground, private, handed me a gun. I don't care what you want. Hold it. I took it. It was heavier than I expected. He stood behind me, adjusted my grip, my stance, his hands on mine. Breathe, aim, squeeze. I fired, missed. Again. I fired 6 more times, hit the target twice. Better. You'll practice every night. I'm not killing anyone. You already did. I turned. What? The man on the balcony, the one I shot. He bled out because no one called an ambulance. You wrote the note that started the fight. His blood is on your hands, too. My stomach turned. That's exactly how it works here. You don't get to choose clean hands, Layla. You're already dirty. He walked away. Left me standing there, gun still warm in my hand. Weeks passed. I learned the names, the faces, the deals. I learned which doors led where, which cars were armored, which men carried guns and which ones carried poison. I learned his world, and I hated how good I was at it. One night we sat on the balcony. Rare moment of quiet. He smoked. I didn't. Why do you do this? I asked. Do what? All of it. The deals, the violence. You're smart enough to do anything else. He didn't answer right away. My father built this empire. Then someone killed him for it. He exhaled smoke. I was 16. They left his body in the street like trash. He looked at me. I do this because the world doesn't have rules, Layla. It has power. And the people with power decide who lives and who gets left in the street. That's not true. Your father died in a warehouse. Your mother's on a machine. Your brother's one bad shift from a body bag. He stubbed out the cigarette. Tell me again how the world has rules. I didn't have an answer. He stood. Tomorrow you're coming to a meeting in Gangnam, Russian arms dealer. Bring your notebook. He left me there, alone with the city lights and the weight of everything I was becoming. A week later, I saw the photo. He didn't show me. I found it. On his desk, under a file. Tunda at the warehouse. Standing next to a man I recognized from the meetings. My brother. Smiling, shaking hands with a smuggler. I confronted him. You said he was safe. He is. That photo says otherwise. That photo says he's in deeper than you thought. I wanted to scream. You're using him. No, they are. I'm just watching. Then pull him out. I can't. Not yet. He's a door. If I close it now, they'll know someone's watching. He's my brother. And he's my leverage. Over you, over them. He looked at me. You want him out? Then help me finish this. I stared at the photo, at Tunde's face. He looked happy. He had no idea. I made a decision. Use me. Junho looked up. What? Use me instead. Let them think they've turned me. Give them someone they'd rather have than my brother. That's suicide. That's the play. He studied me. You're serious? Yes. They don't just kill traitors, Layla. They play with them first. I know. You'll be alone. I can't protect you in there. I know. He stood, walked around the desk, stopped in front of me. Why? Because he's my brother, and I'm already dirty. For the first time, something shifted in his eyes. Respect. Maybe. Or something worse. Okay, he said. We do it your way. The bar in Itaewon smelled like cigarettes and bad decisions. I walked in alone. Junho was 3 blocks away, listening through the wire taped under my bra. I felt it with every breath. The man at the corner table looked up, mid-40s, scar on his jaw, Russian accent when he spoke Korean. You're late. Traffic. I sat. He didn't offer a drink. You're the waitress. I have a name. I don't care. He leaned forward. You wrote a note, started a war. Now you want to switch sides? I want to survive. Why should we trust you? Because I know things, shipping routes, meeting schedules, who he talks to and when. And you'll give us that? For the right price. He smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. What's your price? My brother, out, clean, no debt. The kid at the warehouse? My chest tightened. Yes. He's useful. He's stupid. I'm not. The man laughed. You've got spine. I'll give you that. He pulled out his phone, texted someone. A minute later, another man walked in. Younger, sharper suit, Italian. He looked at me like I was a bug. This her? Yes. The Italian sat. Speak. What? Italian. Speak it. I switched languages. I heard Alessia on the phone. I know she's working with you. I know she wants him dead. And I know you're paying her more than he ever did. The Italian's eyebrow raised. Impressive. He switched to Mandarin. What else do you know? I answered in Mandarin. I know the shipment next week is guns, not medicine. I know the route goes through Busan, and I know he's planning to intercept it. The Russian leaned back. She's real. The Italian wasn't convinced. Or she's bait. I'm not bait, I'm insurance. For who? For me. He owns my mother's hospital. He owns my brother's job. I need leverage. So you come to us? Yes. The Italian studied me, then nodded. We'll test you. Small job. You pass, we talk bigger. What job? There's a meeting tomorrow night, Hongdae. You tell us who's there and what's said. That's it? That's it. He stood. Fail and your brother's the one who pays. They left. I sat there, alone, counted to 30, then walked out. 3 blocks later, I got in the car. Junho was in the driver's seat. You did good. I feel sick. You'll get used to it. I don't want to. He pulled into traffic. The meeting tomorrow, it's real. I set it up. You're using me as bait. I'm using you as a door. There's a difference. Not to me. He didn't respond. We drove in silence. Back to the penthouse. I went straight to my room, sat on the bed, stared at my hands. They didn't shake anymore. I didn't know if that was good or bad. The next night, I went to Hongdae, played my part, listened, memorized, reported back. They believed me, gave me another job, then another. I became their inside line and Junho's double agent. Every night I'd meet them. Every night I'd come back and tell him everything. He'd listen, take notes, plan his counter moves. They're asking about your schedule next week, I said one night. Tell them I'm meeting a politician. Give them the time and place. You're setting a trap. Yes. What if they set one first? Then you'll warn me. What if I can't? He looked at me. Then I'll come find you. Why? Because you're mine now. The way he said it made my skin burn. Not anger, something worse. A month in, things escalated. The warehouse exploded. I saw it on the news, the one Tunde worked at. My heart stopped. I called him. No answer. Called again. Nothing. I ran to Junho's office. Where is he? Safe. Where? I moved him 2 days ago. He's in Busan. New job, clean. I couldn't breathe. You didn't tell me. You didn't need to know. He's my brother. And he's alive because I moved him. He stood. The explosion was retaliation. They know someone's feeding me information. They're cleaning house. They'll know it's me. Not yet, but soon. He walked closer. This is the part where it gets dangerous, Layla. It's been dangerous. No, it's been controlled. Now it's war. He handed me a phone. Burner, you call me on this. No one else. What happens now? Now we finish it. How? His eyes were cold. Alessia's hosting an engagement party. Public, press, politicians. She wants you there. Yes, it's a trap. I know. Then don't go. I have to. Why? Because your brother will be there. My blood turned to ice. What? They're using him as bait. If I don't show, they kill him on camera. He stepped closer. So we're going. Together, and we're going to burn that party to the ground. The call came at 3 a.m. I was awake. I was always awake now. Junho's phone lit up on the nightstand. He answered on the second ring. I couldn't hear the other side, but I heard him. When? Pause. How many witnesses? Pause. Send me the address. He hung up, looked at me. The warehouse, it's gone. I saw the news. 4 dead, 2 of mine, 2 of theirs. He stood, walked to the window. They're escalating. Because of me. Because they're losing. His phone buzzed again. He looked at the screen. His jaw tightened. What? He turned the phone toward me. A video, Tundi, tied to a chair, mouth taped, eyes wide. Someone off camera spoke in Italian. We have something you want. Come get him. The video ended. I couldn't breathe. Where is he? I don't know yet. Find him. I will. Now. He grabbed my shoulders. Layla, listen to me. This is what they do. They make you panic, make you sloppy. That's my brother. I know. Then do something. I am. He let go, walked to his desk, pulled up a screen. Alessia called me an hour ago, before this video. What did she say? She wants to reset. Public reconciliation, engagement party, press, politicians, proof that we're united. It's a trap. Obviously. Then why are you considering it? Because she said if I don't come, the boy dies on camera. My legs almost gave out. He caught me. Sit. I sat. He knelt in front of me. I've been planning for this. I knew she'd use him eventually. You knew? Yes. And you didn't tell me? Because you would have done something stupid. Like what? Like this. He stood. We're going to the party together, and we're going to get your brother out. How? I'm going to hijack it. He pulled up another screen, blueprints, floor plans, security routes. The venue is the Shilla Hotel, ballroom, 200 guests, cameras everywhere. He zoomed in. Alessia thinks she controls the narrative. She doesn't. I own the security company, I own the AV team, and I own the footage she doesn't know exists. What footage? He pulled up a file, videos, audio, screenshots, Alessia coordinating hits, laughing about bodies, mocking alliances. I've been collecting this for months, waiting for the right moment. The party. Yes. He looked at me. She's going to make a toast, 3 languages, Korean, Italian, Mandarin, playing to the crowd. And halfway through, the screens go dark. Then they show this. He gestured to the files. Every crime, every lie, every betrayal, in front of everyone. She'll run. She'll try. And Tunda? He'll be in a back room, guarded. I have 2 men inside already. When the chaos starts, they move. What if it doesn't work? It will. You don't know that. He stepped closer. You don't have to be there, Layla. I can do this without you. He's my brother. And it's my war. It's mine too now. He studied my face. You've changed. You made me change. No, you chose this. I stood. When's the party? Tomorrow night. Then we don't have much time. He almost smiled. No, we don't. The next day was a blur. Preparation, rehearsals, contingencies. He walked me through every step. You'll go in as catering staff, same uniform as the restaurant, full circle. And you? I'll walk in the front door with her. She'll suspect something. She already does, but she's too arrogant to back down. He handed me an earpiece. You'll hear everything I hear. If something goes wrong, you run. Don't look back. I'm not leaving without Tundi. Layla, I'm not leaving without him. He stared at me, then nodded. Okay. That night, I put on the uniform, black pants, white shirt, apron. I looked in the mirror. Same outfit as the night I wrote the note. Different person wearing it. June Ho appeared behind me. Ready? No. Good. That means you're smart. He handed me something. A gun. Small. Easy to hide. I don't want... Take it anyway. I took it. He turned me around, looked at me. For a moment, neither of us spoke. If this goes wrong, I started, it won't. But if it does, he put a finger to my lips. Then I'll burn the whole city down to find you. He stepped back. Let's go. The Shilla Hotel was lit up like a jewel. Red carpet, cameras, guests in gowns and suits. I went through the service entrance. June Ho went through the front. I watched on a screen in the kitchen. He stepped out of the car. Then Alessia. White dress. Different from the restaurant, but just as perfect. She took his arm. They smiled for the cameras. Looked like the perfect couple. I wanted to throw up. Inside, the ballroom was packed. Chandeliers, champagne, sparklers on every table. I moved through the crowd, invisible again, saw the back hallway, 2 guards, June Ho's men. They nodded at me. Tunde was close. I kept moving, found my position near the AV booth, June Ho's voice in my ear. In position? Yes. Good, it starts in 5. I watched Alessia. She was working the room, shaking hands, laughing, playing her part perfectly. Then the lights dimmed. Spotlight on the stage. Alessia walked up, microphone in hand. Thank you all for coming. Her voice was silk. She switched to Italian, then Mandarin, playing to every corner of the room. Tonight, we celebrate unity, love, partnership. She looked at Junho. He stood at the edge of the stage, face unreadable. To new beginnings. She raised her glass. The room raised theirs. Sparklers lit up on every table. And then the screens went black. The room held its breath. Then the screens came back on, but not with Alessia's face, with her voice. Audio first. Seat 7. When the sparklers light, 2 shooters. Clean shot. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Then video. Alessia in a warehouse, gun in hand, standing over a body, laughing. Another clip. Her on the phone. The politicians paid for. He'll vote our way or his daughter pays. Another. Her speaking to a room full of men. Junho's useful, but he's not permanent. When the time's right, we remove him. The ballroom erupted. Voices shouting, cameras flashing. Alessia's face went white. She spun toward the AV booth, saw me. Our eyes locked. She knew. Junho stepped onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe my fiancé has some explaining to do. His voice was ice. Alessia's men moved. So did his. Guns appeared. Guests screamed, scrambled for exits. I ran toward the back hallway. The guards were already moving. Go, get the kid! I pushed through the door. Tunde was there, tied to a chair, tape over his mouth. I ripped it off. Lila, we're leaving, now. I cut the ropes. He stood, shaking. What's happening? I'll explain later. Move. We ran. Behind us, gunfire, shouting, chaos. We made it to the service stairs, started down. Then I heard her. Layla. I turned. Alessia stood at the top of the stairs, gun in hand, white dress streaked with something dark. You. Her voice was venom. You wrote that note. You started all of this. You were going to kill him. And you lied to save your pathetic brother. She raised the gun, pointed it at Tunde. Was it worth it? Time slowed. I saw her finger on the trigger, saw Tunde frozen, saw the gun in my apron. I pulled it, faster than I thought I could. Alessia's eyes widened. Her gun caught on her dress. Mine didn't. I fired, center mass, just like he taught me. She stumbled back, looked down at the blood spreading across white silk, looked up at me. You're just like him now. She fell. I stood there, gun still raised, smoke curling from the barrel. Tunde grabbed my arm. Layla, we have to go. I couldn't move, couldn't look away. Layla, Junho's voice. He was there, took the gun from my hand. It's done, let's go. He pulled me down the stairs. Tunde followed. We made it to the garage, into a car, drove. I didn't remember the route, didn't remember arriving, just remembered sitting in the penthouse. Blood on my hands, not mine, hers. Tunde was in another room, safe, confused, alive. Junho sat beside me, didn't speak, just sat. Finally, I found my voice. I killed her. Yes, in front of everyone. Yes, they saw. Some did. What happens now? Now the story gets written. He pulled out his phone, showed me the news, headlines already spinning. Mafia queen falls in engagement party shootout. Betrayal and bloodshed at Shilla Hotel. Some outlets showed my face. Most didn't. They'll look for me. Let them look. I'm not invisible anymore. No, you're not. He turned to me. You're something better. What? You're the woman who killed the queen. I looked at my hands, still shaking now. I don't feel better. You will. When? When you realize you saved your brother, ended a war, and survived. He stood. Get some rest. Tomorrow we deal with the aftermath. What aftermath? Her allies, her debts, her empire. What about me? He looked back. You're part of mine now. He left. I sat there, alone, in a penthouse that didn't feel like a cage anymore. It felt like a throne, and I didn't know if that was better or worse. I walked to the window, looked out at Seoul, the city that took my father, the city that broke my mother, the city that tried to take my brother. I pressed my hand against the glass. It wasn't cold anymore. It was warm, like blood. I closed my eyes, and for the first time in months, I slept. The news ran for 3 days straight. Engagement party massacre. Mafia queens fall from grace. Mystery woman in white shirt. Some outlets called me a hero. Most called me a ghost. A few called me a killer. They were all right. I stayed in the penthouse, watched the city spin the story 100 different ways. Junho handled the fallout, meetings, calls, damage control. Tundi stayed in a safe house across town, guarded, protected, confused. I hadn't seen him since that night. Couldn't face him yet. Didn't know what to say. On the 4th day, Junho came to my room. "Get dressed. We're going out." "Where?" "Hospital." My chest tightened. "Mom?" "She's fine, better than fine." We drove in silence, pulled up to a different hospital, nicer, private. He led me inside. 3rd floor, private wing, room 304. My mother was awake, sitting up. Color in her face I hadn't seen in years. She saw me, smiled. "Layla." I ran to her, hugged her. She felt stronger. "What happened?" she asked. "They moved me here 3 days ago. New machine, new doctors. They won't tell me anything." I looked at Junho. He stood in the doorway, watching. "You're getting better care now, Mom. That's all that matters." "But who's paying for this?" "I am." She looked confused. "Layla, you can't afford." "I can now." I didn't explain, couldn't. We talked for an hour. About nothing. About everything. When we left, she was smiling. I cried in the elevator. Junho didn't say anything, just handed me a tissue. Next stop was the safe house. Tunde was on the couch, staring at his phone. He looked up when I walked in. Stood. "Layla." "Hey." We stood there. Awkward. Distant. "I saw the news," he said. "Yeah. They're saying you killed someone." I didn't answer. "Did you?" I looked at him. "Yes." He sat back down. "Why?" "To save you." "I didn't ask you to." "I know." Silence. He looked at his hands. "I didn't know, Layla. The warehouse, the doors. I thought it was just a job." "I know." "Dad died the same way, didn't he?" "Yes." He looked up, eyes red. "I'm sorry. It's not your fault." "Feels like it is." I sat beside him. "You're out now, clean. New job lined up in Busan. Legitimate, safe. And you?" "I'm staying here." "With him?" "Yes." "Why?" I didn't have a good answer. "Because I'm good at this." "At killing people?" "At surviving." He looked at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. "I don't know you anymore," he said. "I know." "Will I see you again?" "I don't know." He nodded, looked away. I stood. "Take care of Mom." "I will." I left, didn't look back. In the car, Junho finally spoke. "That was hard." "Yes. You did the right thing." "Doesn't feel like it." "It never does." We drove back to the penthouse. He poured 2 drinks, handed me one. I took it. We stood at the window, side by side. "Alessia's network is collapsing," he said. "Her allies are scrambling. Some want deals, some want war. What do you want?" "Control." He looked at me. "And I want you to help me take it." "Why me?" "Because you see things others don't. Because you're not afraid to lie when it matters. Because you killed a queen and didn't flinch." I flinched. "But you didn't miss." He turned to face me fully. "I'm rebuilding. New rules, better systems, less bodies." "You're still a criminal." "Yes, but I can be a better one." "And what am I?" "Whatever you want to be." He stepped closer. "You were a waitress, then a liar, then a spy, then a killer. And now? Now you're the woman who rewrote the game." He pulled out a folder, opened it. Documents, contracts, proposals. "I'm restructuring. Better wages for workers, health care, protections. No more disposable lives." "Why?" "Because you asked me to." I looked at him. "You're serious?" "Yes." "Why would you listen to me?" "Because you became my story the second you lied." His voice was quiet. "You saved me, changed me, made me see things differently." "I'm not your savior." "No. You're my queen." The word hung in the air. I don't want to be a queen. Too late. He gestured to the city below. This is your empire now, too. Every choice, every deal, every life saved or lost. I didn't ask for this. Neither did I, but here we are. He raised his glass. To new empires. I looked at the glass, at the city, at him. Then I raised mine. To surviving. We drank. The city stretched out below us, lights like stars. Somewhere down there, my mother was healing. My brother was safe. My father's ghost was quiet. And I was here, standing beside a monster, becoming one myself. Or maybe something else. Something the world didn't have a name for yet. I thought about the note, the lie that started everything. Your fiancé sold you out. They're in position. 10 words, 40 seconds, one choice. And now the whole empire was written in my handwriting. I looked at Junho. What happens next? He smiled. We write the rest together. I turned back to the window, pressed my hand against the glass. It was warm now, like blood, like life, like power. A waitress slipped a note to a Korean Mafia boss. Now the whole empire is written in her handwriting.